September 2024. Welcome to today's broadcast of program on behalf of the board management and staff of Delta Broadcasting Service. We sincerely appreciate you for joining us this morning. And on behalf of the crew making up Morning Ride Thursday's edition, we welcome you to our world of information, education and entertainment. My name is Lilibeth Ugochukwu. And this beautiful Thursday morning, we have a lot going on. No matter the situation that you're being faced with, don't forget that at the end of the tunnel, there is always light. A lot has been going on, and today is going to be the last day, in fact, the closing ceremony of the National Youth Game that was held here, or that is still, okay, since it's the last day, it was held here in Asaba, the Stephen Keshi Stadium, and it was a beautiful sight to behold. Probably one of these is going to bring you some beautiful sights concerning that event. And it's been glorious. It's been wonderful. Delta did not do us bad at all. They have always made us proud, and I know that they will continue to make us proud. And so, amidst all the economic challenges, how have you been coping? Have you started your farm, your private farm? Have you started it? Have you started planting? What are you waiting for if you have not started? And if you have started, I'm sure by the time you go to your garden behind your house and you see how glowing those things begin to sprout, you are going to give yourself a pat on the back, telling yourself that you have done well. And so apart from that, we know that the rains are coming, and NIMET have warned that please, those that are living in those riverine area, you're prone to have heavy downpour, heavy flooding, yes, flooding. And so please, it is also a clarion call this morning that if you know you are at risk, you're living in such area, riverine areas, please, please and please, start now to pack your bag and baggages and move to safer land. We see that cloud have actually taken so many places. So many places have been flooded in Lagos, Borno, different states. It is not a joke. And NIMET has been ringing it, have been warning. So if you're still living in that house where you know that when the rain comes, you're going to be swept off your feet, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know who you want right now to come carry you. I don't know, you want to be carried like a baby? Please, please. Life is important. Everyone is important. So I am urging you this morning, or if you have a friend, maybe you're not living in such areas, you have a friend that you know live in such areas and you don't know where to go to, please, you can make your home available for them just for a period of time, and before you know it, everything will be over and they'll go back to their houses. So be your brother's keeper today. All right, on that note, let's quickly look at our national celebration. Yes, the national celebration today. We've got lots of celebration, but like you always know, we're going to pick those that actually concerns us. Yeah, so on this day, the 19th day in the month of September, we have lots of celebration. We have the Day of the Glories of the Army. Days of the Glories of the Army. You know, we'll continue to celebrate the Army, you know, what they have been doing and what they are going to do for us. That's protecting us, going to the battlefront, protecting us. You see mothers that leave their children to go to the war front, and when that child returns, you see the smile, the happiness in the face of the mother. That's because the child conquered. After everything, the child still came back. So let's celebrate our armies today. That's the military personnel. Let's celebrate them today, because it is actually it's actually a selfless sacrifice. You know, some of them, they go from there, they don't come back to their family, and you know the heartache it brings to their family. So those that are alive, those that are around you, please celebrate them today. So we're celebrating all armies all over the world. Another celebration is the National Pawpaw Day. The National Pawpaw Day, yes. It tastes like a cross between mango and banana, sometimes other fruits. You know pawpaw now, it's very, very medicinal, it's very good. Now, the National Pawpaw Day, held every third Thursday in September, celebrates the tropical-looking fruits native to North America. North America. So, it takes like a cross between banana and mango and sometimes other fruits, with over 60 varieties and a unique creamy texture. It's a wonder that more people don't know about pawpaw. Pawpaw is a kind of fruit. That's it, that's it. So pawpaw, we're celebrating that fruit today. Yeah, so if you have not tasted it this week or this year, please do well to do that. Go out there and buy a bunch of pawpaw and have some. Celebrate it today. Okay, we also have the National Woman Road Warrior Day. We have the Wales International Film Festival Day. Yeah, so you know the film festival? Those people that put comics together, they put stories together to make a movie. Those are the people that we call the film people. So in Wales, they are celebrating the film festival today. So let's celebrate with them as well. All right, so quickly, let's take a look at exercises. Exercises. Now, have you been exercising? Do you know what exercise means? How often do you exercise? Are you fat, chubby? You have lots of cholesterol in your body, you want to burn out some fat? What are the positions that you are supposed to take? Or what are the indoor exercises? So some of you don't like going outside. Yeah, they don't like going to the gym. But you can stay in your house. You can stay in that room and do your exercise. Now we're going to show you some indoor exercises that you can do just right there in your bedroom. You don't need to go outside. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to go on the streets. You can do it inside your room. You immediately just wake up from sleep. Now, how do you do, in fact, how do you do your morning routine? How? Now, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is drink a glass of warm water. Not cold water, please. Warm water. It detoxifies your system. Makes you pass stool easily. Detoxify your system with warm water. The very first thing you do when you wake up. And then the next thing you do is do just a little bit of exercise to keep fit. To keep fit. Do exercise. Exercise your body in the morning. Now we're going to show you some pictures of the kind of exercises you can do right there in your house. Now this is a workout. You can see this lady is on Pinterest and she is doing a workout right there in her room. She did not go outside. Now you can just do this, you stretch. Now this helps your sides and it helps your tummy. This is actually an exercise that helps tuck in your tummy. If you have a bloated tummy, you have a big tummy, you want it to go down, no need drinking all these concussions and whatever that people bring, you see on social media, you buy and you want to drink to burn fat. This actually helps you, and it helps your knee as well. It helps your arms. You know, some persons will call it Christian mother hand. I don't know, but that fat, that extra fat that is on your palm, your hand, this helps you to burn it off. Okay, this is also another one. You know, this helps your back, it helps your spine, and it also helps your leg. Now this is just laying flat, raising your buttocks and your back, part of your back up, and then you put the leg down. You take the other one up, you put it down. That's how you do this. You can see this person is just in her sitting room doing this particular exercise. Now this is the knee exercise. This helps your hand as well. You know that force you put on the floor? It helps your arm, that fatty arm that is there. And it helps your leg as well, and also your knee and your tummy. This actually helps trim your tummy. Now one leg is up and the one leg is suspended and the other leg is on the floor. Now when you do this, you interswitch. You put the other leg that is hanging on the floor and then you take the next one up. You just keep doing that one after the other, one after the other. This helps your tummy. It helps flatten, trim your tummy, and it also helps your leg, your knee, your hips. This helps you a lot. And also this is a sit-up. This is a sit-up. I love doing this exercise. I do this exercise all the time. You know why? This exercise helps your hips. It helps you, you know, it helps add to your hips. So instead of going to do that lipo, or you go to add those extra hips, you know, for those that really do not have hips, you want to have extra hips, this exercise is recommended for you. Now you just do this, you sit up, you go up, you come down, you go up. You don't go below this level. Yeah, you don't go below this level, and make sure your hands are straight when you're doing it. This is it, this is it, this is exactly the stop. So you just go up and you come down, suspend to this level, you go up, you come down to this level. Don't go below this level, but you go above this level. So when you go up, you come down. Make sure your hands are straight or your hands are bent this way. Okay, that's all you have to do. And now this is another one that helps your back. This helps your back. Now you touch your toe and you go up, your hands stretch. In fact, they should go really, really high up. You know, when you go down, you go up. Make sure your hands are straight. So this hand that is down now, you just take it same way up, like you want to stretch, and then you come down again, and then you go up again. This helps your arm, this helps your waist, it helps your knee, it helps your tummy, it helps your back. So this exercise is very good. Now this is a sitting exercise. Sit and stretch like this. You know, you don't have to put yourself together all the time you're crawling together. Learn to stretch. Stretching is very good. Now this is a sitting exercise. You sit with your legs straight forward and then your hands straight. Sit like this for a few minutes. In fact, this is like yoga. Yeah? You sit like that for a few minutes before you continue with your exercises. So this pattern is very, very good to sit with. It's very, very good to start your exercise. Now let me tell you a few about exercises now. Okay, this is another one, the push-up. The push-up. You know, some persons don't like doing this because they feel that it's for guys. But no, it's not for guys. You know, they say, oh, guys do it to build muscles. No, it's not that. That's not it. They don't really do it to build muscles. It's also meant for ladies. Now, this helps your tummy. It helps to trim your tummy. You know, when you do this, you go down, and then just with your hand and your leg this way, you go down and you suspend yourself. You go down and you suspend yourself. Make sure your hand is as flat as this. All right? Make sure your hand is as flat as this. Some persons don't want to put their hands like this. They want to use their elbow. You put the elbow on the floor. That's another pattern you can do. But this pattern is also good. Now, this person did this one outside. I'm sure she likes the sun, the morning sun. It gives you some kind of vibe, you know. The morning sun is very good, yeah. So this is for your waist, for your tummy, and also your hand. Include, in fact, all parts of your body. Now, you see the way this person is bent. This is someone that is really flexible. You want to be flexible, then you can do this. Keep doing this, and you'll see you fall into shape. Now, this helps her shoulder. It helps her knee. Make sure when you bend, your forehead is touching your knee, just like you're seeing the picture. Make sure your forehead is touching your knee. It's very important. Let your forehead touch your knee. This pattern is very good for your waist. You can do this inside your room. Like I said, these are exercises you can do in the confine of your home. Inside your bedroom, you can do it. This one just did it outside because she loves doing it outside, but you can do this in your room. So, now another thing exercise does is for those who have hypertension, yeah, it lowers your blood pressure and optimizes your cardiovascular health, both of which reduces your risk of dying from coronary heart disease. So, in order to maintain good health, endeavor to do regular exercise. You can also jog. When you jog and your heart pumps, you know, it helps circulate the blood. It helps circulate the blood, and it's very good for you. Now, are you hoping to prevent high blood pressure no matter what your current weight is? Being active boosts high density lipoprotein. Just be active in running exercises. Okay, so another thing exercise helps is to improve your sleep. When you exercise, it helps you sleep very well. Some persons exercise morning and night. Some exercise just in the morning, and some do just in the night. But I will advise that you do your exercise morning and night. Now, when you do your exercise at night, you have sweated and everything, you've passed out sweat. The next thing you do, just go take your shower, go to bed, and sleep like a baby. That's what exercise does. It also boosts your energy. It boosts your energy, and also exercise improves your mood to stay positive. When you exercise, you feel this aura of, you know, relaxation. It helps boost your mood. Yeah, so that's it on exercise. So back to the studio. Make sure you run your exercise every day. Okay, I just took it away because it's my column, but now I'm going to let Chizzy in. Chizzy Awuro, good morning to you.
Good
I actually
morning.
sidelined. I put you by the side,
But it's okay.
so I can finish my exercise routine.
But it's okay.
So now I'm going to bring you in so you can talk more on exercise.
Right. Good morning, Lilivet. So yeah, when you were talking about exercise, I really, really enjoyed it, and I didn't want to interrupt at all because all you were saying was nothing but the truth. I like the part where you said some people exercise just in the morning and some exercise just at night. But the ideal thing is to exercise in the morning and in the night. And I personally have observed that the times when I'll do exercise at night, I actually sleep very well. So it's practical, yes. And then the morning sun that you talked about is very rich in vitamin D.
Yeah.
You know, that sun that comes out first in the morning is usually very healthy, also
Yes.
healthy for babies as well. And then the sit up that, I mean, the press up that you talked about, that a lot of people think that is just for men, is actually not just for men.
Yes.
It's also for women.
Yes.
And so when you think that that particular exercise is helping you grow your muscles, it's not true. It's actually making your muscles to
Be
get
firm.
firmer.
Yes.
Yes, because as you get older, your skin wrinkles and sometimes it sags.
Yes.
But that particular exercise will help you. That's why when you see some people, they have this extra skin on their on their arm, and it's just there flappy. But when you do the exercise, it firms it up.
it up, yeah.
And then there's another one you do where you take your arm, you know, in a circular position. That also
You
helps
can do it
at
for
all.
us.
Yes, just like this, like this. It also helps to, you know, make your hands firm. So yes, exercise is very good. Let's just say it's a good behavior.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah, so
behavior.
make it a part of you. Be a chosen one and do an exercise today.
Okay, be a chosen one. All right, so on that note, we're going to bring you a short documentary on carrots, the importance of carrot. Let's take a look. Carrots are considered good food to fertility and helps boost quality and quantity of sperm in men. But there are other benefits of eating carrots. Carrots are considered anti-aging food as they are rich in beta-carotene and antioxidants that fight diseases. Carrots boost beauty. It also has vitamin A, responsible for healthy skin, hair, and nails. It fights cardiovascular diseases. Carrots consist of beta-carotene, alpha-carotene, and lutein, which are antioxidants that fight cholesterol. Carrots are fibrous, hence it helps stick out bad cholesterol. For dental health, consumption of carrots improves dental health by cleaning gums. Biting on carrots increases the reproduction of saliva, hence balances the acid levels, which fights cavity-causing bacteria. It also helps liver health. Carrots are considered detox. It cleanses the liver. It prevents infection. Raw carrots or boiled carrots are applied on cuts or wounds as an antiseptic. For the heart, eating carrots can also help to lower your chances of cardiovascular complications. Carrots contain vitamin E and other antioxidants, which can help to lower cholesterol levels, regulate blood pressure, and lower the odds of heart diseases. Did you know that there are many species of carrots? Bright colored carrots, orange color, red color, smooth ones, and medium-sized carrots. Carrots also contains minerals and vitamins like vitamin B6, folate, and manganese. Red carrots also have lycopene, which helps prevent heart diseases. They boost your immune system. The vitamin C in carrots helps your body build antibodies that defend your immune system. They can also help with constipation. Carrot also controls diabetes. Carrot strengthens your bones. Carrots might help you lose weight. Here are some benefits of eating carrots. Did you know that 8-ounce glass of pure carrot juice contains 80 calories, 2 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat and cholesterol, 17 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 10 grams of sugar, 50 milligrams of sodium. Is it good to eat raw carrots? Yes. Eating raw carrots is good for you. After eating raw carrots for a few days, the balance can shift away some high endotoxins, high cholesterol and estrogen. It is a great way to detox all endotoxins in the body. Carrots are an excellent source of vitamin A, with one serving providing 148% of your daily nutritional value. We have 5 amazing health benefits of carrots, and also the raw facts about carrots. Carrots are also a good source of fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, and potassium. The beta-carotene found in carrots is also great for overall eye support and protection from ultraviolet light. Here are some health benefits of carrots. It improves digestion, reduces incidences of stroke, it maintains a healthy heart, may reduce risk of cancer. It's healthy for the eyes. It improves kidney function. It improves liver function. It's healthy for the teeth. It's good for antibacterial. Eat 1 carrot a day to stay healthy. Potential health benefits of carrot juice. Carrots contains numerous vitamins and minerals that helps improve your health, such as vitamins A, beta-carotene, vitamins K, vitamin C, lutein, vitamins B6, and vitamins E. These are strong antioxidants that help protect your cells from damage and lower your risk of some diseases. Carrot juice can also help your eyes. Carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin are especially useful for protecting the lens and retina, and also for blocking blue light absorption. Now, here are 32 amazing benefits of carrot juice. Carrot is also good for pregnant women. So, enjoy your carrot-filled day. right, you're welcome back. Still on Monday morning, right? Thursday's edition, and we just looked at a documentary on carrot, the importance of carrot and carrot juice. So I am betting that you're going to make carrot juice today, or you start eating carrot. At least eat one carrot, one per day. All right, so we'll go into our next sport, which is the papers. And we have our analyst here with us, Mr. Bonnie Akese, who's going to dissect the paper to our understanding. Good morning, Mr. Bonnie.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bonnie.
Good morning.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, same here.
All right, we're going to start with the Nation newspaper this morning, and the screaming story is PDP governors split over bid to sack party chair Damagun. We also have steer clear of Edo election, CDS wants troublemakers. Tremor sends fear and panic to Abuja residents. And no cause for alarm, says the government. U.S. agency okays brain aid chip to restore vision. The governor sends diverted palliatives to EFCC and ICPC. Abure, those who begged us for tickets, now fighting us. And we also have 80.2 billion naira probe, Yahaya Bello, EFCC in hide and seek. And finally, Makinde to deliver 41 billion naira to Ibadan airport upgrade next year. And that's it on the Nation newspaper.
All right, the Daily Trust newspaper is next, and first buzzing on our headline here says 10 bodies recovered, 22 still missing. And the writer to that story said search extended to neighboring villages. Survivors, victims, families speak. How accident happened. This is by eyewitness. Next story there says Yahaya Bello remains wanted, not with us. This is by the EFCC. Next story there say Hashib Bafarawa donates 1 billion naira to Sokoto people. That's nice. Next year on our story, we have court remands farmers for defiling stepdaughter. That's so sad. At the top of the newspaper there, we have CBN to now charge cybercrime levy at 0.005% in new guidelines. Next story here says demography positions Nigeria to lead $7.7 trillion Hala market. This is by Shetima. Lastly, tackle illegal mining before it turns to insurgency. This is by the Zulum, as he tells the emir. This and many more you can get on the Daily Trust newspaper, so please do grab yourself a copy.
The Nigerian Tribune has it, drama as EFCC Yahaya Bello engage in game of wits. The writer says ex-governor honored commission's summon, left without being interrogated. And another one says he is not in our custody, he remains a wanted man, and that's according to EFCC. Edo election, PDP, APC in final shutdown. Amid boycott threats, blame game, Kwara, Sokoto, others ready for Saturday's LG poll. And that's on page 4. We are 100% in support of Damagun, PDP, NWC, says Makinde. FG policy somersault responsible for petrol price war between Dangote and NNPCL. And this is credited to the NLC president. Okay, and that's all we'll take on the Nigerian Tribune.
And the Daily Times is next, and first here on the headline says you have responsibility to ensure Edo governorship poll is free, fair, credible. The writer to that story says vows to resist attempts by APC to rig poll. Councils IGP not to allow APC pitch police against Nigerians. CDS in Edo promises secure environment for Saturday's poll. And down here we have another story says Yahaya Bello not in EFCC's custody, says anti-graft agency spokesperson. At the top there we have Nigeria to become Africa's aviation hub. This is by Keyamo. And by the side there we have FG urges downstream states to activate flood control measures. This and many more you can get on the Daily Times newspaper.
Daily Independent has it. PDP asks supporters to activate mechanism to defend vote. And that's on the Edo Guba. Another story says Nigerians rating soars after compliance with Cape Town Convention. Rather says considers safe for aircraft leasing. Sub-regional countries brainstorm on workers' interest in AFCFTA. EFCC operatives lay siege to Abuja Kogi Government Lodge to arrest former Governor Bello Yahaya. And on Edo Guba, we have Obi Rally support for Akpata, task security agencies, INEC on credible poll. And that's all we'll take on the Daily Independent.
All right, the Vanguard is next. And first on the headline here, we have Edo Guba CDS Police NSCDC warn troublemakers. There are writers to that story, but the next story here says major marketers begin lifting of petrol from Dangote refinery. By the side there, we have this one here says schools resumption. Parents, authorities blame low turnout on harsh economy. At the bottom here, we have only 7 states fully implement contribution as assets hit 20.79 trillion naira. This is by Pencom. This and many more you can get on the Vanguard newspaper, so please do grab yourself a copy.
The Guardian has it. Low patronage hits online stores, malls, amid 200% spike in prices. And that's on inflation. Details on page 6. Bello remains wanted. EFCC insists. Lays siege to Kogi Government Lodge. Donations for Borno flood victims hit 11 billion naira. Kogi police sacks. Okay, let's leave that. PDP crisis. Makinde backs embattled Jamagun as governor's NWC plan attack. And on fuel scarcity, tanker drivers cause traffic chaos on Oshodi Apapa Expressway. CSOs worry over Edo Guba election, condemn INEC's refusal to redeploy REC. And finally, Zulum wants MRs against illegal mining insurgency risk. And that's it on the Guardian newspaper.
All right, the Punch newspaper is next, and first buzzing on our headline here says INEC deploys 5,000 BVAS, 18,000 ad hoc workers. The writer to that story says APC LP tackle PDP over Obaseki's 1 billion naira grant to market women. NAF aircraft arrive Edo with sensitive materials. At the top there, here we have Tinubu may merge MDAs, scrap humanitarian ministry. At the bottom here, we have private employers paying below 70,000 naira risk jail. This is by federal government. You might want to know what that story is about, so please do grab yourself the Punch newspaper.
The New Telegraph is our last paper for review. On Borno flood, FG deploys experts to test water and others. Details on page 3 and 26. FDI's Nigeria tipped to benefit as U.S. cuts interest rates by 0.5%. And power, FG unveils advanced data tech for national grid. And on terror financing, be wary of generosity, post-disaster compassion, and others. Giaba warns. Edo Guba, NAF begins airlift of pole materials. Sanu, NASU threaten indefinite strike, issue 3-week ultimatum. And page 6, Abuja earth tremor, not threat to environment, NGSA reassures. And finally, Tinubu, Sanwo-Olu, others felicitate Lagos Deputy Governor at 60. And that's on page 6. And that's it on the New Telegraph this morning. Okay, and so back to the studio, and still our analyst is still here. I want to look at this story on Yahaya Bello, 80.2 billion naira probe. Yahaya Bello, EFCC in hide and seek. I don't understand. In fact, it's in all the papers. Drama as EFCC and Yahaya Bello engage in game of wits. And another one says that Bello remains wanted. EFCC insists and lays siege to Kogi government's lodge. What is the hide and seek for? If there is a probe on such amounts, why not come out and explain? Why is he doing hide and seek? Is that something?
Okay, you know, I once said it on this program that we have a state, the Nigerian state, that is very strong against the weak, but very weak against the strong.
Okay.
When the people came out to protest over hardship and bad governance, you saw how swift, you saw how strong the Nigeria security agencies were. Because they were facing the weakest of the Nigerian citizens. Hungry people who are hungry, people who have come to cry out, people who have come to express dissent. But when it comes to, quote unquote, the big men, the VIPs, that is when you see how failed the Nigerian state is. There is an, ordinarily, under normal circumstances, there is nobody is above the law.
Yes.
True.
Nobody should be bigger than the state. There is interagency synergy. Yes, EFCC is not a combat. It's not a combat security agency. It's just economic and financial crimes commission. Its capacity to deploy maximum force is limited, but by the doctrine of interagency synergy, EFCC can call for the support of sister agencies like the police, even when if it gets to the point of if the DMI or the anger of the military, the armed forces is required. Because they are all agencies of the state. The important thing is to bring about the rule of law. The important thing is to give credence to that clarity that nobody is above the law.
Yes.
But here is the Nigerian state. What you are seeing in the drama, in the farcical drama between EFCC is the tragedy of the Nigerian state. That's the way I'll describe it.
Okay, so yesterday night I followed that story, and there was a footage that was released by a popular station where they said he was resisting arrest, and his personal police were also trying to obstruct. His personal aid was trying to obstruct them from arresting. So now you talked about the EFCC working with other groups to try to push the law out there. But don't you think that there's a bias somewhere, like for the police allegedly to try to help him in order for him not to be arrested? Don't you think there's a problem somewhere?
It's a simple thing. The boys who are the police officers who are working in the first place, since Yahaya Bello was declared wanted by the FCC, he's still as ex-governor, he's still entitled to police security.
No.
EFCC is an agency of the federal government. So the federal government declare you wanted, one agency of federal government declare you wanted, another agency of the same government is the one shielding you. What a paradox. So I said these things are just showing you the true character of the Nigerian state. Again, you see all across the board, from all levels of government. Nobody, no public officer wants any such light on his or her activities. Under normal circumstances, we see video documentaries, we see town hall meetings where officials of state come to give glorious testimonies about the achievements of government, about how governments are doing wonderfully well. I started following it as far back as, let me say, in the 90s when I was in the university. Annually, we are asked to, as an assignment, as 10 paper, we are asked to listen to a budget speech. You know, they normally did on Radio Nigeria at that time and NTA. Then we went into when AIT and the channels come out. We were asked to monitor. Listen, we always write 10 paper on it. At the end of the day, if you go to the archives and bring out documentaries on all the budget speeches that have been read, they are glorious speeches. They are speeches showing how our government is so concerned about our people. They are speeches that show that how we are taking our state, our society to the next level. But here we are. Here we are. We have a country where the last decade is always better than the current decade. So these are the things we should begin to interrogate as people. You know. So once after all the documentaries, how Yahaya Bello has transformed Kogi State, how he is the best thing that has happened to the state. He is not ready to be scrutinized. So how else would you want to know that all those stories are just extravagant soundbites? If he's so sure of all those things they earned, how wonderful, all those awards he won.
He should come and defend it.
Let him allow EFCC to look at his books.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. But we know the one that is the truth.
Yes.
By his body language.
Yeah, with everything that is plain now.
It's funny because I actually served in Kogi State when Yahaya Bello was still governor, and I want to say that was the hardest time of people's lives. Like people died, salaries were not paid. So I really wonder how they say he's the best thing that ever happened to Kogi. But well, that's up to them to be the judge.
See, right? I had a godfather.
Yes.
I say had because the man is late.
Okay.
Professor Tony Arinze from Ibuzo was a Uniport when I was a student there. Wow. What led to the man adopting me as his son? We had an association, our association, Cultural Association. We meet. He gave the association his residence or place of meeting. So I was elected president. At the end of my tenure, I called a meeting, and I called all the members of the executive, the financial secretary, the treasurer, all them. I asked them to they should come to the meeting for us to give account of our stewardship. So we didn't know that the man was, you could say, the duplex. We didn't know that he was upstairs at his veranda at the upstairs, listening to us. When we finished, the man, he just came down. Then I said, wait. All of us stood up. Daddy, we didn't know you were around. He said, no. I said, I was there listening to you. He now asked me to stand up. I stood up. He was telling the people, he said, Youth Association has been hosting this meeting here for more than 15 years. He said, it has always been that at the end of a tenure, the association will go down. They will start struggling to put it together again because of finance, because they will refuse, they will accuse the people. This is the first time that the people Your executive, they didn't wait for, unlike what he has been seeing, that they will be calling the people to come and, well, that these people, this young man called his executive and said, here and now, let us give account. You know, that this is what he expects from us young people. From that day, the man took me as his son. Took me around. I go to visit the vice chancellor with him. In fact, he introduced me to everywhere he belonged. You know. So why is it that we cannot live by that standard? That I want to see a local government chairman, a governor, or a president on leaving office. The last event that we hold is public event to give account and display the books and say, look at it.
Look at it. This is what we have done.
Why is it that once they want to look into what we have done, we run to court to take
shield.
Or try to travel out of the country to hide.
We run to court to take a court injunction. Even at community level, because we're looking, it's not only it's the character of we the Nigerian people and the Nigerian state. Community Development Association is dissenting. Old Students Association, Alumni Association is dissenting. Clubs is dissenting. So why do you think it will be different in government? The people in government, are they imported from Jupiter? It is for the among us.
Okay.
All right. Our next.
Okay.
Okay, our next story here says on the Nigerian Tribune says FG's policy somersaults responsible for petrol price war between Dangote and NLPCL. So this is by the NLC president. And then there's a story there that talked about transport fare hike, low turnout of students 1 week after school resumption. For some schools, it's 2 weeks after resumption and the school is still empty because of hardship. Now, this petrol matter is really worrisome because, like I was telling Lilivet last week, you go to different filling stations and they are selling whatever they want to sell, and you might not even be so confident that what they are putting in your can, for example, if you have a generator, you are not even sure if they are pumping air or they're actually putting the main fuel. So I want you to throw more light into this, topic.
Okay, let me look at the start from the point of the fuel they sell. You can't be sure of the product quality. That's what you're referring to.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see, in sociology we say that society incubates a crime, then the people commit it. Every crime you see is a product of the social setting, the society in which it is being committed. If like God blessed Nigeria with abundance of hydrocarbon, crude oil, if we have managed that God-given asset very well, and petroleum products are like a given, that is, it is something anybody in Nigeria can afford. The rule for counterfeiting will not be there. The rule for counterfeiting will not be there. All of a sudden, I can still remember vividly, it is very recent, 2015, when Buhari's administration just came on board and this issue of pump price of petroleum products. They then, I think he was GMD or he had become Minister for State for Petroleum, Dr. Ibe Kachiku.
Okay, Ibe Kachiku.
Yeah. He said, we said 144 naira per liter would be the highest petroleum we ever sell, PMS, one price will ever sell in Nigeria. That instead of going up, it will be coming down. And some of us laughed because we know that it's not true.
Something unbelievable.
It's not true. Because, yes, he gave his explanation. Why we believe that it was not true, because the drivers and the enablers of the price volatility, he didn't touch them. The exchange rate volatility, the opaque nature of NMPC operation, because economic policies, it is first one of the primary things you are taught in economics, that economics, the laws of economics, economic principles and theories work all other things being equal. So for you to get you must factor. So to me, we have not seen the worst in the petrol. The way, unless, like they're talking about policy somersault, unless this government comes up clean to Nigerians. When they unbundled the NMPC, the advertisement was that it is now a corporate business entity that's going there to compete with any other player in the downstream and mainstream sector of the petroleum industry. Now, Dangote Refinery has come on board. Another private corporate entity. NMPC, you said, is now is not wholly government owned. Even though it's government has the highest stake, that it is a private entity. It's regulating a competitor. How we are going into a football match, a tournament. The match officials, the referees, are coming from one of the teams that will be playing in the tournament. How does it make sense?
Yeah.
That is what we're having. So that's what we're having here. And we have said, they're telling us NMPC is market. But I have come to say that Oando has acquired the marketing, the marketing subsidiary of NMPC, which means all the mega stations are now owned by Oando. But you are still using this trading with the name NMPC.
But now, major marketers now are beginning to lift petrol from Dangote.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't you see that as a very good step? Because
What
if you make NNPCL the monopoly,
What good step? Who has fixed the price Dangote Refinery will be selling for? It's NNPC.
Yeah, okay. NNPC is going to fix the price, but the major marketers now are not going to be buying from NNPCL again.
What we will be saying is, you see, we cannot even put anything to this, because you hear different
stories.
So you have heard the other segment of marketers saying that it makes no sense. Dangote's fuel from Dangote's refinery selling almost at par or even higher than imported. So, and the what they are hyping is that this one now they are selling is the one they purchased in dollars. That from October 1st, they will begin to lift the one the Dangote's refinery was supplied in Naira. It is not about Naira. At what value?
At what value?
If you sell the Naira, if you sell to him in Naira using the dollar exchange rate, it is as good as he bought it in dollars.
Yes, that's correct. So I think
unless you are telling us that the federal government is going to give Dangote refinery fuel in crude oil in what they call it, in Naira, and at a subsidiary to enable it flood the market with flood the Nigerian market with crude oil at lower price. In fact, as a matter of fact, that is even a more sensible way of even doing subsidy.
Yes.
Because
Yes, I think so too.
all over the world, there are subsidy in one way or the other. All over the world. So, and nobody has said that it was wrong that this fuel subsidy regime was wrong. The only thing they say that it was bastardized.
Yes.
It was sabotaged. It became an organized crime. And no one person is standing trial in any court in Nigeria for that crime. But protesters for hunger are in Kuje prison
For coming out to protest.
for coming out to protest.
So sad. The country will find ourselves.
It's unfortunate. So I don't know.
It's actually unfortunate. Well, I was hoping we were going to look at other stories, but because of time, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much, Mr. Boni Akeze,
Thank
for
you.
doing
Thank you so much
justice
for
to
coming.
this
Thank you.
matter.
Thank you.
All right,
So we are sorry that it's,
Yeah.
you can see the cap I'm wearing.
Yes,
the
yes.
flood
We have to
alert.
let you go for
Let
flood
us
alert.
not take it for granted. Of course,
Yes.
the release from the Hydrological Society of Agency of Nigeria yesterday is saying there's no so much cause for alarm,
Okay.
but we should not throw caution to the wind.
Yes.
If we, Africa, or sometimes we look to, it seems we are collectively historical. Once something happened and ends, we move on. And what happened 2 years ago, 2002, was very, very devastating.
Yes.
I don't think we can wish even our enemy. So we must be very, very cautious.
Okay, so-
Let
so-
people follow the guidelines, follow the advisories, so that we will avoid, even when the flood disaster comes, the impact on livelihood will be minimal. Thank you. Or
okay.
if not,
I just
eliminated.
wanted to ask where Delta State is right now with this flood mitigation,
Yeah.
because I know you're involved.
I'm not involved in the state organized thing,
Okay.
but I am involved. I'm working with some NGOs
Okay.
who are collaborating with different NEMA, Meteorological Agency, NDDC, and the rest of them.
Okay.
So, but I also know that from the contact we have, that the Delta State government is really, really upbeat
Okay.
and trying to, I think that's a disaster response preparedness.
Yes.
Okay.
So the state government and its agencies,
Yeah, already.
they're doing, but the important thing is for people to listen.
Okay.
Because most of the time, government agencies will do their best, but
Yes.
People in our way
adamant.
Do
and
not
listen.
adhere to the instructions.
Yes.
So this is a sensitization now.
Yes.
for
Good way to
people.
leave it. Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
so we'll go on a very quick break. We'll return to be time for our next sport. Stay with us.
Wow.
Alright, so welcome back from that wonderful Cloud9 that I went to, and I'm sure you went with me. Okay, it's time for our next sport, the interview session, and we have with me Mrs. Tracy Ikolumi, and she is the Director, National Orientation Agency, Delta State. And we are going to be talking about the Population Census Program. Good morning, ma'am. Good to have you.
Good morning. Good morning, listeners. Thank you for having me.
And we also have Mr. Jeremiah Erunube, who is the State ICT Team Lead, National Population. Good morning, sir, and good to have you.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Miss Lad.
Your smile is just taking me to another red. did a sang. Took me to Cloud 9. Where is your smile taking me to Mr. Jeremiah?
Cloud 10.
Cloud 10.
Yeah.
Ha, I hope I come back from there. Okay. All right, so we'll be looking at the population census. Yeah. Mrs. Tracy, as the director, National Orientation Agency, Delta State, can you please bring us up to speed about this population census and how is it going?
Okay. I want to believe you're talking about age registration, National Population Commission.
National population, yes.
They are the architects, they are the ones responsible for age registration. And then we on National Orientation Agency, our duty is to let the people know about government programs, policies, and activities. And one of such activities going on right now is the birth registration exercise for 0 to 5 years of age for all Nigerians, including Deltans. And it's being sponsored. This particular activity is being sponsored by UNICEF.
Okay.
So we're working as a synergy, UNICEF, MPC, and National Orientation Agency on the need to ensure that our mothers especially, but of course parents, because we know that it's not only mothers that care for children, we have men also, our fathers, and other caregivers to be aware that there is an ongoing population registration of births. It's going to kickstart by Monday, and then yes, and the people need to come out en masse to ensure that the ideas behind this registration births is being, people take advantage of it, and that we are involved as a people.
Okay. So far, what sensitization modalities have you put in place to reach out to mothers or to parents to key into this program?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, the program is starting any moment from now. We at the National Orientation Agency, our officers at the grassroots are out now. We ought to have been out before now. We had some itches, and so we're out now. Some of our field officers are going to the wards. They're going to the local government level. We have architects at the local government level. Our officers, chief orientation and mobilization officers, will be going out, not just the headquarters of our local government, but also all the wards in Delta, to ensure that the information is reached to even the far reach and then to the hard to reach areas. So we're on ground to ensure that our people take advantage of this exercise, and that at the end of the day we'll have the required number of beds that is expected from us as the people, especially Deltans.
All right. So I want to ask, what is the importance of all of these exercises? What does it hope to achieve at the end of the day?
Okay, thank you very much. Like we say, the census and birth registration and death registrations have important roles to play in the planning of activities and the planning of, like, is it 5-year plan or a 10-year plan for the people. So government needs all this information, the births that we have, especially, at times the deaths that also take place. So this information is very essential to enable government plan successfully for the people. If you don't have an idea of the population you have, then your planning might not be feasible. You might not achieve exactly what you want. So the number of people we have also determines the things that government will put in place, the future plans that government have, and all that.
Okay,
So
Mr.
I also
Jeremiah.
want to
Okay,
ask-
let me
before-
shoot to Mr.
Okay,
Jeremiah.
sorry.
Yes, Mr. Jeremiah, as the state ICT team lead on national population, what exactly is your office doing to help this program be a success?
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. The National Population Commission, Delta State, with support from UNICEF, we have recruited adults who are going to work with us. We call them electronic birth registrars. We have trained 1,100 adult e-birth registrars. Now, these adults were selected from the ward they reside. It means that we have adults from every ward in Delta State. So they don't need to pay transport to a far place to do birth registration. They are going to be working within the ward they reside. All right. Now, these adults have been trained very well. We have conducted the trainings in 6 cluster zones in Delta State, and they have been tested, they have been tried, and we are ready to hit the field. Now, one good thing about this birth registration drive is that MPC will now have an interoperability. Our systems can communicate effectively with the systems of NIMC. So we have this collaboration.
Yeah.
Now, the beauty about this drive is that when you bring your child forward for registration, the certificate is going to come with NIN number.
Okay.
So in the future, that child does not need to go through any rigorous process to get NIN. It is going to be on the certificate. Yes, and this program is also supported by the wife of the president under the Renewed Hope initiative. It is also supported by the wife of the state governor of Delta State and our honorable federal commissioner at the federal level, Honorable Mrs. Blessing Atagba. Yeah, she's ensuring that the children in Delta State are captured and they have a birth certificate. The birth certificate is the child's identity for life. It gives the child so many rights and privileges. Yes. So we are ready. We are just waiting for the directive to kick on or to kick off the project, and we are going to the field. Now, our adults, they are not going to be in fixed posts only. We are going to have adults in various health facilities. We are going to use almost all the primary healthcare centers in Delta State. We are going to make use of town halls. Those are people that will be in fixed posts. Then we're also going to be having adults that will be moving from house to house. So they will meet the parents at their home. All right? So a part of the registration process involves capturing the face of the child. It's compulsory now. All right?
Okay.
So we want to use this medium to sensitize the parents that they should allow our adults to capture the face of their children. All right. So we want to get to the level of the United States or the Great Britain. You understand? Where when a child is born, the child has a digital identity and everything is captured. All right. So we
This identity.
Yes.
Do you perceive anything, any difficulty in doing that? You know how parents can actually be when it comes to you snapping their child.
Yes, so
and stuff.
that is why we are sensitizing them today. So they should not feel that they want to use the face of their children to collect money, to do anything, or when they see government intervention. Nigerians, sometimes when our registrars they go for this field work, the first question the Nigerians will ask, do you bring money for me? Do you understand? Yeah, so please allow the adults to register your children, to capture your children. The birth certificate is very important for a child. It protects the girl child from trafficking. Because right now, every birth certificate is tied to the NIN number of a mother or a father or a family member. So I also want to use this medium to sensitize the public that one of the requirements we need, for your child to be registered, the parents, either of the parents, either the father or the mother must have NIN. So it is going to be provided. When it is provided, it is going to fetch the data. We have an interoperability. We communicate effectively with NIMC. It's going to fetch the data associated with that NIN into the birth registration portal. All right. So, and when the father or the mother does not have an NIN, another family member, maybe the brother, the grandparents, the sister, the auntie, can also supply the NIN. So
There must be an NIN
yes,
in
it is
the family.
compulsory.
So,
Another thing that is compulsory is the proof of birth.
okay.
So we want to make sure that data we are collecting is robust, is good. All right. So people tend to tell the truth when they go to the hospitals, to get Medicare. People tend to tell the truth when they go to churches to dedicate their babies. So proof of birth, we need the hospital immunization card, your health card at the hospital, or you can bring your baptismal certificate. So we are going to upload it during the birth registration process. All these are measures put in place to make sure that the data we collect is clean, robust, good for national planning, and the certificates are printable.
So,
All right.
so I'm going to ask now, because this census covers the urban and the rural areas
Yeah.
together, cumulatively. So what modalities have been put in place to get to hard-to-reach areas? Bearing in mind that in as much as we have easy to access areas, there are also areas we call hard to reach places, places that will involve you being in a boat, being in a
Riverine
speedboat.
areas.
Not just, there are even sometimes that you plan to be in a boat, but because that place is overflooded, you have no access to that place. So what modalities have been put in place to get access to these people so that all of them will be captured?
Okay. Thank you very much. This is a very important question. Now, like I said earlier, the recruitment was done ward-based. So the adults are also from those hard-to-reach areas. And you know, the National Population Commission actually did an enumeration area demarcation of the entire country into enumeration areas. So right now we have the geographical coordinates of every standing building, every freestanding structure in the country. We have them georeferenced, we have them marked, we have them classified. So places that you don't even know, we have those records. And we are going to reach every part of this country from end to end. All right.
Okay. Now you talked about birth certificate or baptismal card. What about those who did not go to the hospital to have their babies? They had their babies at home, and there is no certificate whatsoever to show that they actually had a child. What would you do in those cases?
Yeah, in those cases, we also have other things that are accepted as proof of birth. We have the birth registration notification card. All right. So, for example, if someone, a mother gives birth to a child, we have MPC. We collect data, and you know, some children, when they give birth to them, they don't have a name yet. Nigeria, sometimes we wait for 7 days before we name the baby, or we wait for some number of days, or maybe when they want to baptize the child, that is when they give a name to the baby. Such babies cannot be registered, but we issue them a notification of birth card. So the thing is, MPC is aware that a birth has occurred, but the process, the birth registration process is not yet completed, all right? So they can also use that, all right? Apart from that, if we have a situation where the mother, parents, the father does not have any of the approved proof of birth, they can bring those children to National Population Commission so that our registrars and our DCRs can do that registration. The adult cannot register this kind of thing. Okay.
So those ones are left unregistered?
No, not unregistered, but they
They
bring
give
them to
information on what to
MPC
do.
office. So we are better prepared to capture those kind of registrations because the proof of birth is compulsory for this drive. It is very compulsory.
Yeah,
Without
I
it,
know.
you cannot proceed to the next stage.
Alright.
Mm.
If I may come in, like what he said earlier, you know, whether you give birth in the hospitals or these traditional birth attendants,
Yes.
most of our children have this, or our parents and mothers have this information that you need to immunize your child.
Yes.
And I think he has said that the immunization card can count.
Okay.
So if they are in that space and they immunize their children, then of course it's one of the legal documents that can be used for this. Yes.
Okay.
So I was going to ask again, when it comes to documentation of information, if I understand what you were trying to say, you are going to be doing a computerized documentation.
Yes.
Now, we understand our Nigerian environment that when we tilt towards the side of computerized documentation, it may not be too favorable for us. So how do you plan to surmount the challenge if the computerization or if the network is kind of down? How do you plan to, surmount the challenges, most especially when it comes to capturing, thumb printing, and all of that?
Okay, thank you very much. The National Population Commission is one of the most digitized NDAs in Nigeria. All right. So the census that was postponed was supposed to be a digital census. the best of its kind in Africa. Now, we have been on this digital birth registration drive for many years now. This is not the first time. This is not the first time we are doing this, all right? Now, we have an offline mode. We understand that there are some areas that does not have network.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So we have an offline mode. You can do your birth registration. Okay. First, you need to log in online. Then you move to the area that doesn't have a network. You do your birth registration. Then when you move back to where you have network, you just synchronize.
And then it automatically uploads.
Yes, it goes to the cloud.
Great.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. But before I let you go, Mrs. Tracy, I want to believe that this program is free for all parents.
Definitely, yes.
And then it's a door-to-door process,
Yes,
not an office or
No,
a center that people
Yes,
take their kids
yes.
to. It's a door-to-door. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
My
And your
pleasure.
yeah. And so please, your final advice to
Okay.
parents out there.
Like you just took the words out of my mouth.
Okay.
You know, Nigerians, we are very skeptical about payments. But this exercise is free of charge.
Okay.
It's one of the information we're passing out to the people that is come out. You're not paying any money. And like Jerry has said, these people who are going to do these activities, they are close to you. So you might just need to walk a little distance. It's not going to be very, strenuous or difficult for you to reach the registrants. Let's take advantage of this. The UNICEF, they deemed it fit to, collaborate with MPC and ensure that our children are registered. So it will be, our own loss if we don't take advantage of these very important opportunities.
Okay. And Mr. Jeremiah, any last word or advice from you?
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I want to say that we are using a combination of adults in fixed post and adults that will be moving from house to house.
Okay.
Okay, so the mothers can go to the nearest health center closest to them, general hospitals closest. We are going to have adults stationed there. We are also going to have adults they are going to move from house to house to meet them to register their children. I want to say again that birth registration is free, all right? It does not involve any money. And we are collaborating with the Department of State Security. We are collaborating with the Commissioner of Police. Any adult who is found, who is caught collecting money, should be reported to the nearest police station, all right?
Okay.
Then one more thing. I want to say that this project is very, very important for development planning. So we're encouraging our mothers to allow adults, to capture their children. We're encouraging community leaders to allow our staff, our adult staff, our e-birth registrars to work in their communities. We are encouraging the religious bodies, like for example, the Christian Association of Nigeria, the Muslim, the Murik and all that. Yes, yes. We are encouraging them to allow our adults to register births in their church on Sundays and mosques on various days they go for.
Service days. Okay.
Yes. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much for coming.
All right, so we have been speaking with the Director, National Orientation Agency, Delta State, in the person of Mrs. Tracy Ikolomi. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
And we also have the ICT team lead, national population, and the person of Mr. Jeremiah Erunube. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so you've heard it all. We have been talking about the National Population Census, and it's a program that's going to kickstart very, very soon. And so this is part of their sensitization to bring to your notice, or rather to bring to your doorstep, that when this ad hoc committee come to your doorstep, please and please allow them do what they have to do. And remember, it is a free service, it's a free program, no one is expected to pay a dime. It has been taken care of. Okay, and so this is where we wrap it up on Morning Ride Thursday's edition from Welcome back, still on Thursday's edition of your Top Flight television program, Morning Bride, and we just came back from a repeat interview on population census. You see how it is important that you allow your children or you allow yourselves to be counted. It is very good at least to know the data of those living in Delta State. So whenever they come for population census, please, please, and please, do not shut your doors behind them. Do not shut your doors before them. Just allow them do their thing. It's just to count, nothing else. Just
It also helps for better
It's-
planning.
yeah, it helps for better
Yes.
planning. You know, now that there are so many palliatives going on, you don't know how or how it's going to get to you, or
Yes.
what modalities they're going to be taking. Like yesterday at the Anyoma market, the traders were asked to write down their names and their phone numbers and bank details. And
wow.
some persons, you know, when you hear bank details, your mind
You'll
will
be
go somewhere.
activated.
Yeah.
Yes.
So many persons were happy, like, oh, it seems the state government have remembered us. It's why they're
Yes.
asking for account number. Who knows? Even if it's just a token of 1,000
It goes
naira,
a long way.
It goes a long way.
Yes.
5,000, it goes a long way.
Yes.
So you never can tell. Some persons that were saying, why are they asking for account number? They will use my account number to siphon
To
all the
do
money in
other
my
things.
account and stuff like that. You never can tell.
Yes.
You know. So let's just be like a free bird. Have an open mind. That's it.
Right.
So on the flooding that is coming, in fact, the sensitization about this flooding is really going viral.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw that our analyst just left now to go and do a speech,
Yes.
you know, to sensitize the people on management of flood.
Yes.
Now, what would you say, what would you tell, or what advice do you have for your friends and Deltans?
Yeah, what I have to say is not really so much, but all I would say is a lot has been said. They didn't just start talking about the flooding right now. They've been talking about it. They've
Very
reeled
well.
out a number of states that are going to be affected by the flooding.
Yes.
And then if you live in a
And
particular
Delta is
area,
inclusive.
and Delta is inclusive. So if you live in a particular area, first of all, somebody said the best time to look for a house if you're a tenant is during the rainy season.
So you know how the area is, the topography of
Exactly,
the land.
you know how it is. So if you've not gotten a house, yes, this is the best time. This is the best time to get a house. But if you are in an area where you've been staying there for years and you know that year in, year out, there's always flooding, then you know that it's now time for you to start putting your house in order, to look for where to stay. There was a time on Morning Ride here when I gave a story of a family in Benin that their house was always affected by the flood. But what they would do usually is to pack their things up. They pack their things up and they are still sleeping there, which is not safe at all, because you can never tell the density of the rain or the flood. So please, the best thing is look for a loved one that stays around. The government is doing the most, trying to make sure that internally displaced persons will be catered for. But if you have your loved ones around, this is the time to start talking to them. If you need to, you know, put some things in order or in a friend's house, please do that. And if you are in a position to help, please help, because this will not last forever. It could be you, it could be anybody. And then of course, to our drainages, there are people who throw waste dump into our drainages, and when the drainage system is blocked, then
there's problem. When
there's
the rain comes.
problem, and then flooding gets higher. So please, it's not even fancy to eat something and throw it out of the car. There's nothing, you should be embarrassed when you throw something out of the car. You can just keep it. I do it personally, and I think it's probably because of the way we're raised. When you throw something out, my dad will pack and you pick it up.
Alright.
So it became a habit,
you
and
so
I really
much.
think it should be a habit to every other person. Yeah,
Alright.
that's for me.
Thank you so much, Chizzy, and she has said it all, and this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Morning Ride.
Right.
On behalf of our supervising producer, Nimbofa Ozigbo, and our producer, Vivian Nkechika, and Michael Anko, Chizzy Awuno, and all the crew making up Morning Writers this edition, we say thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. My name is Lilibet Ugochukwu. Stay safe.